Today we start new chapter circle. So we see some points that you already studied in class 9. You are familiar with the concept regarding circles like center, radius, diameter, chord, interior and exterior of a circle. Also recall the meaning of congruent circles, concentric circle and intersecting circles. Now see the figure. In this figure, O is the center of the circle, OR or OS is the radius, and chord passing through this center is the diameter of the circle. Now see first diagram. Here these two circles have different center and not intersecting. That means they do not have a common point. That means these two circles are not intersecting circles. These two circles are congruent circles when their radius is same. So these are the congruent circles. Now see second diagram. In this diagram, both the circle have same center. So these types of circles called concentric circles. Now see third diagram. In this we consider two circles with different center and these two circles intersecting more than one points. So these are the intersecting circles. The next topic of this chapter is secant and tangent. So observe this first figure. In first figure we consider a circle having center at A and line L. Now there is no common point between this circle and a line. So this line L is not intersecting this circle. So see in the figure above, not a single point is common in the line L and circle with center A. Now observe this second figure. In second figure we consider a circle at center B and line M. There is one common point for circle and this line. Point P is common to both line M and circle with center B. Here line M is called a tangent of the circle and point P is called the point of contact. So here this line M we call a tangent of this circle and this common point P is called point of contact. Now see this last figure. In last figure we consider a circle with center at C and line N. This line N intersect this circle at 2 points, at point Q and at point R. Therefore this line N is called secant of this circle. So see here 2 points Q and R are common to both the line N and the circle with center C. Q and R are intersecting points of line N and the circle. Line N is called secant of the circle. So this second figure shows this line M is tangent when that line touches at one point to that circle only. This line in third figure, this line N is secant of this circle when this line N intersect this circle in 2 point. So for tangent there is condition between circle and line there is only one common point, and for secant there is two common point between line and circle. Now see the statement of tangent theorem. Theorem of statement: a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. That means this theorem states a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. So we see this by figure. We consider here a circle with center O and this line L as a tangent. Now the statement states that this line L is perpendicular to this radius OA at point A. Here A is point of contact. So this tangent L is perpendicular to this radius OA. So we represent here this tangent L is perpendicular to radius OA by this perpendicular symbol, that is this line L, which is tangent of this circle, and A is point of contact. Now see the converse of tangent theorem. In first statement we say that in tangent theorem we say that tangent is perpendicular to the radius. See the converse of tangent theorem. A line perpendicular to a radius at its point on the circle is a tangent to the circle. In tangent theorem we states that if line is a tangent, then that tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. Now in this statement we state that a line perpendicular to a radius is its point on the circle is a tangent to the circle. That means if line is perpendicular to the radius, then that line is tangent of that circle. Next theorem, tangent secant theorem. So see here, we consider a point which is exterior to this circle. We consider a circle with center A, and these two points P and Q are points on the circle. Now we consider a point which is exterior to this circle, which is D, and we draw two tangents from this point D. So this first tangent touches at P and second tangent touches at Q. So here statement states that these tangent segments PD and this tangent segment QD are congruent. So see the theorem statement, tangent segments drawn from an external point to a circle are congruent. That means these tangent segments are congruent. Now see practice set 3.1, which based on previous theorems. In the adjoining figure, the radius of a circle with center C is 6 cm and a line AB is a tangent at A. Answer the following questions. So see the figure first. Here figure is given in which C is the center and a radius of this circle. If we join this center with this point A, then this CA is the radius of this circle. Line AB is a tangent at A. Now this line AB is tangent at point A. Now see the first question. What is the measure of angle CAB? Why? We have to find the measure of angle CAB. So we join this point C with A. We know that perpendicular tangent is perpendicular to the radius. So the angle CAB must be 90 degree. So see how to write. In answer we write here CA is the radius of the circle and A is the point of contact of the tangent AB. That implies angle CAB equals to 90 degree. Which theorem we use here? Using tangent radius theorem, which states that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. So we say by this tangent radius theorem that this tangent AB is perpendicular to the radius CA. So the angle CAB equals to 90 degree. Now second, what is the distance of point C from the line AB? We have to find the distance of point C from line AB. That means that a distance must be perpendicular distance always. So see here, this CA, that is the radius of circle. So we write the answer of second. CA is the radius of the circle which is perpendicular to the tangent AB. So the perpendicular distance of line AB from C equals to CA equals to 6 centimeter. That is, perpendicular distance of a center from tangent is always its radius. Now see third question. Distance of AB equals to 6 centimeter. Find distance of BC. Here distance of AB is given, which is 6 centimeter. CA is the radius, so it is also 6 centimeter. We have to find this distance BC. So we first draw a diagram. So we join this center with this point of contact A. So we get here CA, which is the radius, and this distance AB is given, which is 6 centimeter. We have to find distance BC. So we use the theorem. This tangent is perpendicular to the radius. So this triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, and this BC is the hypotenuse. So we use Pythagoras theorem for finding the distance between point B and C, that is length of BC. See here, in the figure, in triangle ABC, a right angle at A. So this triangle is right angle triangle. At A angle is 90 degree. So given part AB equals to 6 centimeter, CA equals to 6 centimeter. So we use the Pythagoras theorem. So write hypotenuse, that is BC square, equals to adjacent side square. So adjacent sides are AB and AC. So we write BC square equals to AB square plus CA square. Now substitute the value of AB and value of CA, which is 6. So 6 square plus 6 square, we get 36 plus 36, which is 72. We require the value of BC, so we take square root of both sides. So square and square root cancel, we get BC in RHS 36 plus 36, which is 72. So its square root we write 72. So we also write this as 2 times 36. So square root of 2 we cannot calculate. Square root of 36 we write 6. So length of BC equals to 6 root 2, that is distance of BC is 6 root 2. Now see fourth sub question. What is the measure of angle ABC? Why? We have to measure the angle ABC. Now observe the triangle ABC. Here length of AB is 6, length of AC is 6. That means this is isosceles triangle. Here angle is 90 degree. So angle at B must be 45, at C must be 45. So see here, in triangle ABC, right angle at A, AB equals to CA equals to 6 centimeter. AB equals to CA equals to 6 centimeter. that implies angle ABC equals to angle ACB. This angle ABC equals to angle ACB. So we write here angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Now from this, if we add the angles, its sum equals to 180 degree. So we use here angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC equals to 180 degree. We know the angle BAC which is 90 degree. So we substitute BAC as a 90 degree. So after transferring this 90 to right hand side, we get 180 minus 90. So we directly write here 90 degree. This angle ABC and angle ACB is same. So we write these first two terms as 2 times angle ABC. So dividing by 2, we get angle ABC equals to 45 degree. So in this way we solve question 1. Now see second question. In the adjoining figure, O is the center of the circle. So here in this figure, O is the center of the circle. From point R, seg RM and seg RN are tangent segment touching the circle at M and N. So these are two tangent segments RM and RN intersecting at point M and N. If OR equals to 10 centimeter, so if distance of point R from center O is 10 centimeter and radius of circle equals to 5 centimeter, then number 1, what is the length of each tangent segment? So we have to find the length of this tangent segment MR and NR. So first we join this point M and N with center O. So see in this figure, we join this point M and N. So first we consider only triangle ORM because tangent segments are congruent. So if we find the value of MR, from that we get the value of NR. So we complete triangle OMR. So join M with O. This is a radius which is given, which is 5 centimeter. This OR is given, which is 10. So we use the concept tangent and radius are perpendicular. So at M angle is 90. So this is right angle triangle. So we use Pythagoras theorem to find this tangent segment MR. So see here OM is the radius of circle. This OM is the radius of circle and M and N are the point of contact of MR and NR respectively. That means this is given part. That implies angle RMO equals to 90 degree. RMO equals to 90 degree. Which theorem we use? Using tangent radius theorem, which states that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. That means this tangent EMR is perpendicular to this radius OM. In triangle ORM, so we consider here triangle ORM. Therefore, in triangle ORM, a right angle at M, given that OR equals to 10, OM is equals to 5. So using Pythagoras theorem, we write here OR square. So this OR is hypotenuse. So we write OR square is equals to OM square plus RM square. So substitute the value of OM and OR. OM is 10 here. Sorry, OM is 5 here and OR is 10. So we write here Rm square as Mr square and transfer this Om square to left hand side. Or is 10, Om is 5, so we write 10 square minus 5 square. So we get here 10 square as 100, 5 square as 25. So subtracting these two we get 75. Now we have to find the value of EMR. This is the value of EMR square. So taking square root on both sides, we split up this 75 as 25 into 5. 25 into 3. So square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 3 we cannot calculate. So we write square root of 75 as 5 root 3. Similarly, we can find Rn, which is congruent with this Rm. So from this property, tangent from the same external point are congruent to each other. Rn equals to 5 root 3 centimeter. Now see second sub question. What is the measure of angle MRO? MRO. Now we have to find this angle at point R. So we write here value of this EMR, which is 5 root 3, OM, which is radius as 5, and this OR, which is given 10. So we use here tan ratio. We know the tan ratio. Tan theta is equals to opposite upon adjacent. So we use that tan ratio. So we write here tan R, because we have to find the angle at R, that is ORM or EMRO. So we write tan R equals to OM upon EMR. So substitute the value of OM, which is 5. Substitute the value of EMR, which is 5 root 3. So 5 get cancelled. We get tan R equals to 1 by root 3. And we know that tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So R equals to 30 degree. So using tan ratio, we can find angle at R, that is MRO. Now we have to find next value. What is the measure of angle MRN? MRN. That means this angle is 30 degree. This also must be 30 degree, because EMR congruent with NR, OM congruent with OM, OR is common side. That means these two triangles are congruent. That means we show these OMR and triangle ONR are congruent first. Then from that angle at R, and that is angle EMRO and angle ENRO are 30. So after adding it, we get 60. So see this. Since angle MRO equals to 30 degree, that implies angle NRO equals to 30 degree. So adding these two angles, that implies angle MRN equals to MRO plus angle NRO. So we add these two angles, which is 30. So we get angle NRM or MRN equals to 60 degree.